How to delegate responsibilities to your team. If you don't want to do everything yourself, then you have come to the right video. To properly delegate, you're going to have to follow these key steps and provide proper instructions. So how do you do that? And what are some things that you absolutely have to teach the person you're delegating to in order for it to go well? We're going to cover all that right now. So first things first, when you're delegating, you must be clear. Oh, wait, nope. I need to drop back a little bit. Let me rewind this. I want to explain why it's important for you to delegate. So I have talked about the Eisenhower matrix or the Eisenhower method before, where it puts it into a matrix that says important, not important, urgent, not urgent. And it's a 4-box or a 4-square matrix. The important and urgent, that is what you do. On the not urgent but important, that is something that you plan. The urgent but not important, that's something you delegate. And the not urgent, not important is something you don't do at all. So the key to leadership and the key to your role is to only do things that you should do and only things that you can do. Always let somebody else do something that they should be doing and that they can do. So you really have got to focus in that do column in that matrix only on things that are important or urgent, or important but not urgent that you're going to plan for yourself. Anything that is not important, meaning that you do, but urgent or not urgent, you will always consider delegating. All right, so now we have a good basis. If you know what you're supposed to be doing and what you need to delegate, now we get into the steps at hand. But remember this, it's not disrespectful to delegate. There are people that need the experience. There are people that need that opportunity to progress in their career. So it's really a gift. So let's go through the steps one by one. And I'm going to start in a place that you probably didn't expect. I'm going to start with the overall structure of the team. So not the steps about delegating just yet. So let's start with what environment or what systems need to be set up first. The first one is you must have roles clearly defined. So that means everybody on the project team has a title or a role title, and that each one has a scorecard with the expectations. Now, this gets really powerful when you can get into a team meeting and actually ask, hey, I'm the superintendent. What does everybody expect from my role? And then throw those stickies up on a board and complete and flesh out that scorecard to include what your team expects. That is remarkable, and now you know, I know, everybody on the team knows exactly where they can show up, how they can show up, and what they're expected to do. Number 2, like I said, having a scorecard for each of those roles that catalogs that writes that down, that you can have at everybody's desk, on their computer, or taped down wherever we need it, maybe even on the wall, so that everyone knows what each person's role is and is clearly articulated for the group to see on a scorecard. Number 3, we need to make sure that everybody on the project site has the key 4 things, meaning that they have the tools and equipment, the training, the place to work, and the time to do their assignments. Only when they have those things can they actually receive delegated tasks and have the capacity to do them well. And number 4, this is where your thought work begins. You must do the thought work around accepting somebody's best efforts. So if you're going to delegate this task, you really need to be prepared to appreciate what you receive, their best efforts, and really to not get too hung up on micromanaging or being a perfectionist. You're going to have to let them use their genius, their own capabilities, and accept their best efforts. That takes thought work. Ask yourself, are you ready and willing and able to do that? And number 5, I want you to get into a mindset where you have ownership of the expectations being set and the follow-up. They are responsible for the effort now, and you're going to accept their best efforts, but you are responsible for clearly articulating what you want and for following up in a proactive but not micromanaging manner. So if you have those 5 things set up, now you're ready to delegate. So let's go. So one thing that I would love to practice is delegation. So usually when you delegate something, it's because you yourself shouldn't be doing it or can't do it. I can't like and comment on this video for you. So I would love to delegate that. And so let me provide clear their expectations. So if you like the channel and you want information, then you like it and you comment. And when that happens, that creates this community, provides feedback, the videos get better, and we're able to scale the information farther. So I will follow up with you later, but there's our first delegated assignment to like and subscribe to this channel. So let's get right into it, the process of delegating. Let's roll. Number one, as I've said before, use the Eisenhower matrix to decide what you should delegate in the first place. Number two, decide who you can delegate it to that is trained, capable, has the capacity, and if possible would benefit from the assignment. So this is really important because we can't just chuck things over the wall. I've been guilty of that in the past. It doesn't work. So does this person have training? If not, we're going to be prepared to provide that. Is this person capable even once they have the training? You need to assess that. Some tasks are pretty big and require a specific skill set. If they don't have that skill set, let's not put them into an impossible situation and hobble that effort. We really need to make sure that they have the capacity. So we don't want to overload people, right? And there's got to be a way in really good teams and organizations to know if they have the capacity. And if you don't have a way to know that, then just ask, do you have the capacity, the time to do this? And clearly explain the commitment that's required when you get to that step. And number four, would it benefit them? And if it does, not from a manipulative standpoint, but from the standpoint of, hey, if this really benefits you, the person that you're delegating this to should know it so that they can further buy in. That's huge. You're going to want to look for those four things everywhere you go when you're about to assign someone. So find the right who. Step number three, make sure that the assignment is super clear. And there is an impact filter that we will link you to in the description below that will help you to identify this. So number one, what is the purpose of this assignment? Number two, what is the importance of this assignment? Number three, what is the ideal outcome if it's done well? Number four, identify the success criteria and what the deadline is. And five, consider writing that down and using a tool like the impact filter. So make sure expectations are clear. Now, number four, allow the time for the person to complete the task. Allow them to go do their work and probably don't do too much monitoring. Definitely don't micromanage and be a diminishing leader, but give them time to accomplish the task. The biggest thing, this is, if you get nothing out of this video, I have to stress this. The biggest thing is to teach the person you're delegating to iterate and iterate fast. Meaning you do not expect them to receive the assignment and then to deliver it as an entire batch. Meaning when they have a minimum viable product or a first draft, there is nothing wrong, and please teach them that this is the best way, to send it to you for an initial review and to ask, hey, is this heading in the direction that you thought? I don't care how it looks. I don't care how drafty it is. I don't care if it's on a napkin sketch. I don't care if it's super ugly. I just want to know that we're heading in the right direction. So if somebody's going to really be successful with a delegated task, they must iterate often, they must iterate frequently, they must iterate early. And that will enable the person who delegated the task to know if it's on track and to provide coaching. And that will also enable the person who's doing the task to know if they're on the right track, to not waste their time, and to also show progress and help that relationship be very, very comfortable and positive until the final deliverable is turned in. Number five, if they know that, check in often and offer assistance. Don't micromanage and try and tell them how. You get to say what needs to be done. So when you check in, you're going to check in and make sure that what they are doing is on track, but they get to decide most, if not all, of the how. And so when you're checking in, it literally is from a place of, hey, if you need any help, let me know. If not, totally got it, right? Let them know that you're not just being passive aggressive and manipulating them. Let them know that you're honestly just offering help and that you really respect their time and that you really are welcome and open to more frequent iterations and check-ins. And number six, when the task is completed, accept their best efforts and offer praise for everything that they have done. And then if there is further work to be done, you can do that with them. You can take it over. You can say, hey, good job. I'm going to receive that 100%. If it wasn't done to your satisfaction, go back to the concept of, did I explain it well enough? Was I supporting well enough? Did we do enough iterations? And then try and fix it from that standpoint, from the Jocko Willink extreme ownership standpoint. If you do that, I'm confident you will come up with the right answer. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, actually, ultimately, this did not meet my expectations. Would you like to do it again? Would you like me to assign it to somebody else? Would you like me to take it over? But have an open dialogue. One of the worst things I think we can do is just to get upset, silo, keep that opinion in our head, and not allow the employee to respond and to improve. And to further help, I'm going to link you to a blog post that talks about how to delegate properly. I hope you love it. I hope you're able to implement this tomorrow. You do not belong doing everything yourself. We win as a team. I hope you loved it. On we go.